Wall Street does not like that. 20% layoffs in one day, that's crazy. Buying something down at 11% is great right now because it's 11% discount. If it gets back to where it was, my friends, you made almost 20%. Is it going to go back up? Who knows? Will it continue to spike down? We don't know that either. I give the authentic, and I give you things that you want to hear from a certified financial planner, not just mumbo jumbo.
And you just wanna get paid, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, yeah. Paying for profits to help you seek change, and you just wanna get paid, yeah. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, paying for profits to help you seek change, yeah. Cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Been check to check, you know, and it could be different.
I know. It's time for the stocks of the week. We're going to go over the good stocks, the bad stocks, and the stock that might be an opportunity of your lifetime. Before we get started, as always, like, subscribe, and share to our channel. You know I'm a certified financial planner. In real life, I'm blessed to help thousands of Americans manage their money and have it grow. But on these YouTube airways, I'm just giving information. But this information might be what's going to change your investment life. So you ready to make money in the stock market? Ready to beat the stock market? Let's go over the stocks of the week, y'all. Y'all ready? Let go. Well, S&P 500, NASDAQ, it continues to grow like crazy. 6 straight weeks of highs. Ooh-wee. My goodness gracious. That, my friends, is history in the making. However, it's 3 stocks that just might change everything for your portfolio. The first stock, the stock of the week, symbol. AGL. You're like, who's AGL? Who's that? Well, it is Agilon Health. Who is that company? Well, Agilon Health provides a platform for primary care physicians to help them transition to a value-based care model for seniors. Essentially, they help doctors manage Medicare Advantage patients more efficiently, focusing on health outcomes rather than just fee for service. My friends, it's a way for senior citizens to be taken care of, but not be charged all that money. And as the baby boomers get older and more people get older, not younger, and modern medicine continues to evolve and keep us healthy, this is very, very important, and AGL skyrocketed.
Is it just me, or is that you're working hard, but you're not seeing the financial results that you want? We're clocking in, we're clocking out, we have the income, we're making the money, but our wealth is not growing like we want it to. Well, my friends, it's not your fault. You know why? Because we're never taught how money works. We're taught how to spend it, but we're not taught how to leverage the money that we're making right now to build wealth. Now, wealth, it comes in all different shapes and sizes. The question is, how much wealth do you want for you and your family? But the best part about it is help us on the way. Join us during our 5-day mentorship, where you learn how to structure your money, reduce your tax liability, increase your net worth, and build wealth. We'll show you how to go from a wealth builder to a wealth strategist to a wealth creator and leaving that long-lasting legacy to your family. Click the link below and join us on our 5-day mentorship, where we'll help you accelerate your wealth. Now back to the episode.
Look at the chart. Now, this is not a typo. Up by 223% this year. Look at that. Whoop, down. But once that news came out about their earnings and how they quadrupled earnings, look at that. Bang, right? 5 days, up by 92%. In 5 days, we get what the market takes us to do in what, 6-7 years? Now, for investors, though, we do have it at 11% discount because it did go down by 11% over the past day. But AGL, an opportunity. And think about it. Do we think that people are getting older or younger? Senior citizens that's getting older, you think they're going to look more about saving money, or they're okay with spending money? Of course, they want to save money. So this model is going to, in my opinion, be there. So this AGL has first-person advantage, kind of like Tesla, right? Tesla don't have the best electric cars, but, you know, we all think about electric cars, we think of Tesla. We think about this type of service for senior citizens. We close our eyes and wake up, we think about AGL. If that's the case, AGL might continue to grow. Even when competition comes in, even when better service models exist, because we think of AGL first and because of the growth, everybody has that FOMO, that fear of missing out. My friends, AGL may be a stock that's going to continue to grow and grow and grow in your portfolio. AGL is good, but then we have the bad stock. And the bad stock, Cloudflare, symbol NET. Oof, oof, oof. Bad, bad, bad. And you would think this company does cybersecurity, website performance, AI infrastructure, internet traffic routing to make sure that those scammers ain't scamming and getting all your data. You would think a company like this doing great, right? Not according to the numbers. Now, they do have growing revenue of 30%, meaning this time last year, the company grew by 30%. If I got a business, I would be okay with my company growing by 30% year after year. If I had, a stock, I'd be okay with making 30% year over year. So why did Wall Street say otherwise? Because they had a 20% layoff. Literally, for every 5 people that work for them, they laid off 1. That is a mass layoff. Now, does that be because they're using AI and AI agents? Maybe. But still, 20% of your workforce, we might see like 5, 3, 10%. But 20%, that is a way to slash expenses immediately. Now, we don't want to see anybody losing their jobs, and preferably these people get back on their feet. But 20% layoffs in one day, that's crazy. And Wall Street, they didn't like that whatsoever. And year to date, they was up, right?
Are you like the 83% of Americans who want to get a trust, who want to get a will, want to get a power of attorney, but you don't have one? Well, you are not alone, because 22% of Americans have one. That means 1 out of every 4 families have a trust, a will, and a power of attorney. Which bracket are you in? 1 out of 4 or 3 out of 4? It's okay, because we have the Relax Estate, a fully automated AI platform that allows you to create a trust, a will, and a power of attorney all at the fingertips. And if you are an insurance agent, tax professional, financial advisor, notary, or in any business profession, you can even white label this to your clients. You grow your business, you help your clients, everybody wins. Visit our website, www.therelaxestate.com. Right here, therelaxestate.com, and you can create a trust for your family, or if you're a business owner, want to use it to scale your business and help your clients, you can do that as well. Now back to this wonderful episode.
They was up until bang. Damn. Look at that drop. Look at that drop. 11% in one day. So that's a bad week, down by 10%. Markets hitting all-time highs, and they're down by 10%. They were up by 12% this year until today. Wall Street does not like that. And another thing is, we don't know what's under the hood, right? They gave us the numbers, but we don't know what's really going on. The analysts do already 4 downgrades. Now, a person might say AI isn't going anywhere. It's an AI boom. They was beating the stock market to this bad news, and actually laying off people means that less resources. Less resources means a higher profit margin, more money in our pocket to do investing or reinvest in the company. If that is your case, then buying something down at 11% is great right now because it's 11% discount. If it gets back to where it was, my friends, you made almost 20%. And who says no to that? So for those investors out there, might be an investment opportunity. But the bad stock of the week, symbol NDT, Cloudflare. Now, is it going to go back up? Who knows? Will it continue to spike down? We don't know that either. But what we do know is AI is not going anywhere. Infrastructure is not going anywhere. Cybersecurity is going to be more in demand 2 years from now than what it is today. Cybersecurity is going to be more in demand 5 years from now compared to today. And 10 years from now, way more in demand than today. So if we're able to buy something at 11% discount that checks all those boxes and one of the biggest leaders in the space, wouldn't we do it? Now, my friends, it gets to the opportunity, not of the day, not of the week, not of the month, but maybe of your lifetime. You see, I have a very, very sore spot for a company called SoFi. Because when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl and played the Rams years ago, I went. Took my mom, took my brother. Tickets on me. And guess what? We lost in the fourth quarter. Heartbreaker. We got robbed, in my opinion, but whatever though. So anytime a person says SoFi, not a fan. But SoFi may be an investment opportunity. Here's why. Because it recovered dramatically from its lows. It was down crazy during the interest rate craze of 2022. It made its money back then some. And it was up dramatically early this year. Then it had a strong pullback. So for investors, we already saw this story before. In online banking, is it getting more popular or less popular? We know the answer to that. Are people going to use credit cards more or less? We know the answer to that. And now they're getting into traditional banking, which allows them to have more consumers in the fold. So online banking grows in traditional banking and more consumers. You think that's going to make their stock grow or go down?
Join us in our school community as we have modules, classes, courses to go from a taxpayer to a wealth builder. How to use our cliff, dip, bear strategy to do better with your investments. How to acquire businesses and how to use your retirement plan to grow and not pay taxes. What? I can have my retirement plan grow and not pay taxes. Yes, your IRA or even your 401k at your employer. This and other things we focus on in our school community, the Relax Investor. And guess what? You get 7 days, free access, and you get our weekly coaching calls every Wednesday. You and hundreds of people ask questions to 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure business owners that tell you how they created their business, how they run their business, and how their finances is as smooth as it can be. So click the link below and join us in our Relax Investor Academy to help you scale your finances.
Look at the chart. So far, as I mentioned, going down since 2021. Bad investment, horrible. Right? Look at that. It went from $22 to $4. That, my friends, is a 85% drop. But since then, from $5 all the way up to $28 in September, and now going down. So it's an old adage, right? We buy low. Well, did it before. From 15 to 10 was a 35% drop. And now look at that. Bang. My friends, it being down by 3.5%, it happens. It being down by 3%, it happens. For the year, it being down by 42% does not feel good. What does feel good is recovering. We saw it recover from 85% and hit all-time highs 4 years later. Now, if it takes 4 years to get back to where it was in September, being down by 42%, my friends, that is nasty work because that is a 90% return. 90% over 4 years, you're talking about 22% a year. Who would get upset with that? The opportunity of a week, maybe of a lifetime, is SoFi. Because if SoFi just even rebounds like it did a few months ago, from here to here and that scale up, that, my friends, is pretty major. 10 to 28, 200% return, my friends. I'm not saying SoFi is going to go up by 200% over the next year, or 2 years, or 5 years, or 10 years. Nobody knows but God the future. History does have a strange way of repeating itself. SoFi has an increasing consumer base, not a decreasing consumer base. They are in online banking, and online banking is doing better than traditional banking, but they have their foot in traditional banking now. So wouldn't we love a company that has the youth, that's doing things progressive, but also have their step in the past when it comes to traditional banking? If you love that type of company, then I think you should love SoFi. Not saying I love it. Not saying I don't either. But our opportunity of the week is SoFi because of this, getting back to where it was and then some, and then recently this. Might be an investment opportunity if you're wild. Well, there you have it, my friends. The good stocks, the bad stock, and the opportunity of a week. The question is, are you going to take the opportunity to grow your stocks? Are you going to take the opportunity to buy things at a discounted price? Are you going to take the opportunity to catch something when it's growing and get on those coattails and have it grow with you? If that's you, do your research with these stocks of the weeks because they might change your investment portfolio and your life forever. Others love. As always, like, subscribe, share. Over 100,000 followers on YouTube. I thank you so much. We're not stopping. We got to hit that $250,000 number. We got to hit 250,000, y'all. We got to. So please like, subscribe, share. We're giving information. You don't get stuff like this from a certified financial planner. You get a person in a suit and tie, not in a suit, but in a suit and tie, all, buttoned up. If I give you the real, I give you the authentic, and I give you things that you want to hear from a certified financial planner, not just mumbo jumbo. All right, you guys, like, subscribe, share. As always, let's make some painful progress together, y'all. Peace.